Seahawks fans, what is going on? Mitchell Renz here from Chat Sports, and growing up as a kid, if somebody said, Mitch, do it, you won't, I ended up doing it. So subscribe to our channel below. Do it. You won't. Seriously, what do you have to lose? Imagine free videos right to your phone or computer, 100% free, around your favorite team. That's what we do here. So if you are already subscribed, great job. Send that link below to like 10 people. So before we get into the latest news and rumors, subscribe to the channel below. Do it. You won't. All right, it's time to dive into today's latest news and rumors. We're also going to look at Monday Night Football for tonight's game and actually the Seahawks Monday night game. We're going to talk about Russell Wilson, whether or not he should be in that top tier of MVP candidates. I'm also going to give you an update on Carson, tell you whether or not he's going to play, and at the very, very end, an injury update on Greg Olsen. You know the saying, keep your friends close and your enemies closer? That's what I'm trying to do here. The Rams on the road against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The over-under in this one, 48 points. Tampa Bay is favorites by 4.5. So what I think everyone should be doing is making sure you clear your calendar and watching tonight's game. Let me know who you're rooting for down there in the comments section. If you're rooting for the Rams, type R. If you're rooting for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I want you to type B. Here's why that every single person that is a Seahawks fan that is watching this video better be typing B. Here's the current NFC playoff picture. The Saints after win with Taysom Hill because the Falcons, they were terrible. They still got the number one. And then Seahawks, 7-3. Green Bay, 7-3. The Eagles in the NFC least, what an absolute joke that division is, 3-6-1. Then you got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Rams at 6-3, and then the Cardinals at 6-4. Now let's just say the Bucs go out and get a W. If the Bucs go out and get a win tonight, this is what the playoff picture would look like. See, not a lot has changed. The Bucs stay at the number 5 seed at 8-3 because guess what? Their division leader is the Saints. The Rams, they stick at number 6 at 6-4. They have the tiebreaker over Arizona for the simple fact of, guess what? Conference record. All right, let's look at the NFC playoff picture if the Rams win. Obviously, you guys are looking at the Seahawks logo. You go from being the 2 seed, you fall all the way down to the 6 seed, and that's simply because the Rams have the tiebreaker with their win over Seattle. So how about this? If you want to bet on tonight's Monday Night Football game, great, go ahead and do so. But also, I want you to go ahead and bet on the Seahawks' upcoming Monday Night Football game against the Eagles. Right now, they are 5.5-point favorites. The total over-under in this one, 51 points. And for me, I put all of my bets over at BetUS, and I hope you guys do too. Go to chatsports.com/bet. Yes, y'all have to use that link if and only if you want our deposit bonus, and honestly, it's the best on the internet. I don't know why you wouldn't want it. So remember, you go to this link here, chatsports.com/bet. Wait, okay, let me get the finger right. Perfect. You use this promo code here, Seahawks125. That's then you get this, the 125% deposit bonus. So if you deposit $100, you get $125 for free to bet with. And you know what? I am so confident that the Seahawks are going to cover the 5.5-point spread against the Eagles. I'm going to cover your bet up to $50. Now, this is for new BetUS customers only, but I just want you to know this. Me, the entire Chat Sports gang, we got your back. So go get started with BetUS. Use the link, use the promo code, and then bet up to $50 that the Seahawks will cover that spread against the Eagles. Now, if you have any questions whatsoever, I get it. Sometimes I talk fast. Sometimes we're moving around here. It's all good. Email us, Seahawks@chatsports.com. I'll say it again. It's also in the description. If you want to bet on Seattle to cover the spread against the Philadelphia Eagles, email us, Seahawks@chatsports.com. Now, remember how I said I was confident? I am confident. And one of the coolest things about YouTube is they have YouTube analytics, so we can see who watches the video and who likes the video. So if the Seahawks beat the Eagles, I want you to like the video. If you think they're going to lose, you know what? I don't care. You can dislike it. But this is a team playing a lot better, and I'm so confident they are going to do it because Russell Wilson, he's playing at an MVP-type level. You know who isn't? Carson Wentz. I understand that they're first in the division, and I get that they don't want to bench him. But, you know what, Peterson? You might want to bench Carson Wentz, especially after they get their butts whooped this upcoming week against the Seahawks. Speaking of Seattle, speaking of Russell Wilson, that's what we're doing here. I thought this was a really awesome stat. 93 wins in his first 9 seasons. That's the most in NFL history. Peyton Manning's got 92. Tom Brady's got 87. Ben Roethlisberger 87. That 93, yeah, that's about to turn into 94. And when you talk about Seattle, you talk about Russell Wilson, you have to talk about the MVP. Because it definitely could be Wilson. I understand that he's never had a vote before. And guess what? You can also bet on this at BetUS as well if you want to go ahead and do that, because the latest MVP odds are out. And this is actually, is that a word? This is actually the first time that I've seen Russell Wilson not at the very top. Patrick Mahomes, after his win over the Raiders on Sunday Night Football, he's now the favorite at plus 180. Wilson at plus 225. Rodgers, Murray, and Allen. For me, when I really look at the numbers here, it's a three-man race. It's between Mahomes, it's between Russell Wilson, it's between Aaron Rodgers. Advantage passing yards, Patrick Mahomes. Most touchdowns is Wilson, but he does have the most interceptions. And then if you just want to look at quarterback rating, well, that's advantage Aaron Rodgers. So what do we do here at Chat Sports? If you're a loyal watcher, you know we ask some difficult questions. And that's what I'm going to do here. Who do you think is the MVP so far? Now, all three of the quarterbacks that you see on screen have played in 10 games. If you're going to go with Patrick Mahomes, I want you to type PM. Maybe it's Aaron Rodgers, type AR. If you're going to go with your quarterback, Russell Wilson, give me an RW. If it's none of the names that you see on screen, well, guess what? Just comment who you think's the MVP so far. Let's get into some more news here. We're going to talk about running back Chris Carson. The report is he is expected to return Week 12 against the Eagles. And, well, I sure would hope so because, I mean, they got 11 days of rest. Remember, they played on Thursday Night Football. Now they're playing on Monday Night Football. He hasn't played since Week 7, and since he's been out, the Seahawks offense has looked a lot differently. Now, don't get me wrong. I am all on the let Russ cook train, but they are a much better offense, and in fact, 5-1 when Carson plays. Watch this math here, all right? I'll be honest, didn't do the best on my SATs, but 2-2 when he doesn't play, 5-1 when he does play. Yes, this is a Seahawks team that has got an exploding offense. DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, but they still really rely on play action. Chris Carson, he really helps you do that. So what do you think about this one? Do you think that Seattle's the best team in the NFC when Chris Carson plays? If you're like, yeah, Mitch, absolutely, I want you to type your Y for yes. And if you're like, you know what, man, slow your jets a little bit. I've only seen you on one Seahawks show. It's all good. I do want you to type your N for no. But seriously, are the Seahawks the best team in the NFC when Chris Carson plays? The last thing we're going to talk about here is Greg Olsen. And as soon as I saw him go down on Thursday Night Football with a foot injury, I was a little bit upset. But for me, I saw a report that was like, could this be the end of Greg Olsen? Could this be the end of his, I'll say, NFL Hall of Fame type of career? Now, he is expected to miss 4 to 6 weeks, and he is on that one-year contract. Now, basically, the report that came out of his career being over is based on the fact if the Seahawks don't make the playoffs. Because if they make the playoffs, he's going to end up playing. And I don't think that his career is over. I still think that he's got a little bit of juice left in the tank. And when Greg Olsen was asked whether or not his career is going to be over, here was his quote. "I refuse to allow this to be my final moment. I will find a way to finish on my feet." Most people that play in sports, most people in general, I don't think ever want to go down with an injury. And I do give Greg Olsen a lot of credit here who, I'll be honest with y'all, didn't actually like the signing, a 1-year, 7-year deal, but it does bring a lot of veteran leadership and does at least bring, when he is on the field, a solid, consistent option for Wilson when he just needs a little bit of a safety blanket. He's got 23 catches this year, 224 yards, a touchdown, and sure, along a 22. But remember how I said potentially a Hall of Fame type career? I think it's easily in there. I mean, when you think about a tight end, him, Antonio Gates, Tony Gonzalez, you're talking about a new era of tight ends that really changed it because before, tight ends just blocked. Well, guess what? Greg Olsen has been one of the best receiving tight ends in his career, 741 receptions, 8,668 yards, 60 touchdowns. This is in 198 games. Now, for all y'all that have made it this far in the video, I appreciate you. You know what, though? I think Greg Olsen would appreciate, because I bet he watches his videos, right? Right? How about this? Type 88 to wish Greg Olsen a speedy recovery. And again, if you haven't subscribed yet, do it. You won't.